up, y'all? Thank you for clicking on this video. So this is going to be a part 2 of the fundamentals of marksmanship. I really liked the way the last guy explained everything as far as stance. So I'm looking through his channel right now. So we're going to watch his video on how to properly grip your firearm as well. Let's see if we can learn something new today.
Depending on your right or left, you want to get a firm grip on that. And that means getting this V that's in your hand here, you actually want to get that V as far up into the grip as you can. When you grab, you don't want it to be super tight. You don't want it just firm enough to be a firm handshake. And that should do. Once you got your hand far up on the grip there, you want to make sure that your fingers can easily reach the trigger there. Now, a lot of people are going to say, which you'll see some photos here, where do I put my finger on the trigger? Now, where you want to have it in the center on the pad of your finger. You don't want to be too far in. That'll cause you to pull the gun right. Too far out will actually have a tendency to have you pull it as well. Right in the center, you want to find that leniency.
I freaking love this guy. Never thought the placement of your finger on the trigger. Fantastic.
With that being said, once you get the fundamentals of getting your hand on there in the position that it needs to be, again, we do not have our finger in the trigger well until we are ready to engage or shoot a target. At that point, we will put the finger into the trigger well. Now, once you do that, you're going to mirror that with your other hand. So I'm going to flip it around here. So you can see on the handgun here, you're going to have this big like L shape right here. Now, if I take my support side hand, put it into the shape of an L, and I'm basically going to put my hand into that spot. The pad, your support side hand, will set right in there. So I'm setting that in that spot, again gaining more contact on that. Now I wrap the bottom 3 fingers around the firearm, thumb's going to go along the top, and I take this last one. It'll actually bring around, and you'll see on this side there's almost a little nook and cranny where the index finger can sit into. So now that I've gripped that around, this is the thumb over thumb method that I'm going with here, where you actually can see that my left support hand thumb is running down the side of the firearm. I'm not way up here trying to stop the slide or anything like that. I'm not way down here. I'm running.
So I had learned this in one of the classes that I took, but I just want to do it with him because I feel like he's explaining stuff I never thought of. This is the only Glock that I have, so she is clear. No magazine, nothing in the chamber.
Again, gaining more contact on that. Now I wrap the bottom 3 fingers around the firearm. Thumb's going to go along the top, and I take this last one. It'll actually bring around, and you'll see on this side there's almost a little nook and cranny where the index finger can sit into. So now that I've gripped that around, this is the thumb over thumb method that I'm going with here, where you actually can see that my left support hand thumb is running down the side of the firearm. I'm not way up here gaining my sight alignment, which will be talked about in a video upcoming, but I'm gaining that sight alignment. If I were to fire at the range and you were to see the recoil of the firearm, the gun's going to want to come up and to the left. Why? Because there's nothing supporting it on this side. You have support on your strong side, but you have no support on your rear side, or excuse me, your support side hand. So by putting your support side hand in there, I'm actually compensating for the recoil to then have a force pushing back against it to keep it down range. Now when I extend out and extend down range, my support hand is actually pointing towards the target. Some people will say you keep it bent. A lot of that's personal preference. For me, I've found that if I lock my support side and I have a slight bend in my strong side, I have a tendency to be able to keep that gun pressed on target shot after shot after shot. So ultimately that's up to you guys and your preference on that. When you grab the firearm, nothing stronger than like a normal handshake. I shouldn't be squeezing the hell out of this thing or just lightly grabbing onto it because I'm scared. So get a firm grip on the firearm. Your support side hand, remember, pad of the hand, make that L shape right into the open part of the grip here. Setting your pad of your hand in there, wrapping these 4 around, and you can see on this side that index finger is kind of coming right into that crevice there. Wrapping around, thumb runs along the side, strong side thumb, drop it down on top, and you're extending out.
This guy's great. Y'all, please go and show him some support. These videos are actually 6 years old, but still I learned something new. So also when we're doing the reaction videos, we could definitely keep an eye out and look for how are they gripping the firearm. So this was for handgun. So yeah, I also am gonna look up how to properly hold a shotgun. That is like one of the main videos that we see is them just flying back. Shout out to this guy for making such a great video. I definitely feel like I learned something new to where the other finger came around in that perfect little spot. Never did that. Thank y'all so much for watching and stay tuned for more videos.